Bitcoin Cash first forked from Bitcoin in August, it seemed like just another altcoin that would just go unnoticed. So far, Bitcoin Cash has been the exact opposite, continuing to set new all-time highs and becoming the third largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. From its initial price around $300 to the current market price of $1,578 at the time of publishing, the cryptocurrency has already recorded a 426% growth rate. On the 12th of November, it reached an all-time high of $2,800 from under $700 just 2 days earlier. This price surge proved that Bitcoin Cash did not only have potential to go higher, but that it was considered a viable alternative to Bitcoin. Remember, this price surge in Bitcoin Cash coincided with the suspension of the Bitcoin hard fork SegWit2x due to a lack of consensus by developers and miners. Now that Bitcoin Cash has already established its position in the cryptocurrency industry and even started getting some traction at online cryptocurrency casinos and other web services, the question remains to be what will happen to it in the future. On this point, there are varying forecasts and predictions, but everyone seems to agree that it is trending upwards. One of the most vocal and trusted voices in Bitcoin is Ronnie Mose, who has accurately predicted Bitcoin's price surge thus far. In his prediction, he expects Bitcoin will go up to $15,000 or maybe even $20,000 in 2018. In his predictions on Bitcoin, they include Bitcoin forks like Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Gold. This means that with the 50% growth he expects in 2018, Bitcoin Cash too may appreciate to the $2,000 to $2,500 range. Not only can it hit this target in 2018, but it may even surpass it. In a prediction chart by Wallet Investor, they have extrapolated the Bitcoin Cash chart to forecast a $4,500 price by the end of 2018. Of course, such extrapolations are not completely reliable since cryptocurrencies are still very volatile. Nevertheless, it raises the bar for Bitcoin Cash above the more conservative forecast by Ronnie Mose. From a technical perspective, it is still trending above both the 50-day and 130-day moving averages. In fact, the 50-day SMA seems to be holding up the price of Bitcoin Cash. Based on this reading, a $2,000 price tag may be very likely at the start of 2018, after which we may be heading toward the $4,000 minus $5,000 range by the end of 2018. However, what really matter are the fundamental factors, and these two are leaning positively toward Bitcoin Cash. Recently, it has started to be accepted for funding ecos alongside Ethereum and Bitcoin given its lower price tag. This will definitely generate demand for Bitcoin Gold and push its price higher in 2018. Besides, Bitcoin Cash has been making its own improvements to establish itself as its own cryptocurrency. Already, a hard fork has been successful, and they have fixed an error that caused many losses when users sent BTC to beach addresses. All signs show that Bitcoin Cash is about to become its own established cryptocurrency in 2018, and that means it will grow in value. It will definitely reach $2,500 in my opinion, and perhaps even more. That is already about a 67% growth rate, and perhaps even more. Thus, this is the perfect time to get in on Bitcoin Cash in preparation for the new year. What is the price prediction for Bitcoin Cash? The longer version. Bitcoin Cash has been increasing nicely over the past couple of days. Let's run a simulation to see what we come up with. Monte Carlo simulation, also known as the Monte Carlo method, allows for better decision-making under uncertainty. One of the most common ways to estimate risk is the use of a Monte Carlo simulation (MCS). From Investopedia, for example, to calculate the value at risk (VAR) of a portfolio, we can run a Monte Carlo simulation that attempts to predict the worst likely loss for a portfolio given a confidence interval over a specified time horizon. We always need to specify two conditions for VAR, confidence and horizon. For related reading, see the uses and limits of volatility and Introduction to Value at Risk (VAR) Part 1 and Part 2. A MCS can be run with many different models. Our own process will be, specify a model. Get historical daily Bitcoin prices. Calculate daily returns. Name the daily return range. Summary statistics. Simulate a year. Simulate a year many times. Multi-year summary statistics. Quick analysis of results. Step 1. WTF is geometric Brownian motion? The geometric Brownian motion, GBM, is a statistical method that is used heavily in the forecasting of stock prices. The reason the process is so attractive for this is because of the following. The change in price over one period of time is unrelated to the change in price over a disjoint period of time. The change in log price over any period of time is normally distributed with the distribution depending only on the length of the period. Samples of the distribution are continuous, with probability 100%. The GBM is technically a Markov process, which is a fancy way of saying a random process whose future probabilities are determined by its most recent values. Said another way, past price information is already incorporated and the next price movement is conditionally independent of past price movements. Math geeks have a habit of making things infinitely more complicated than they have to be. I will do my best to make this as simple as possible. The formula for GBM is as follows, where B is the Bitcoin price, M or mu is the expected return, S or sigma is the standard deviation of returns, T is time, E or epsilon is the random variable. This formula can be broken down into two very important terms, drift and shock. For each time period, our model assumes the price will drift up by the expected return. But the drift will be shocked, added or subtracted, by a random shock. The random shock will be the standard deviation, S, multiplied by a random number, E. This is simply a way of scaling the standard deviation. Step 1a. The Thunder God ELI5. The ELI5 version. The Thunder God Zeus is a great god. A just god. But Zeus is subject to wild mood swings. Every day Zeus can shoot his magic lightning into the price of Bitcoin, and cause it to go up or down. Some days he is in such a good mood, that he shocks the price up by a random amount. On other days, he is in such a poor mood that he shocks the price down for opposing him. And thus, we have the essence of GBM, a series of steps with an expected upward drift, where each step is hit with a plus/minus shock, which is a function of the stock's standard deviation. Price simulation for 1 year. Price simulation for 1 year many times. Conclusion. Good statistical analysis methods can be scary, but they don't have to be. Here we covered off on a great method for estimating future Bitcoin cash prices, which can also be applied to other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin cash price prediction. Will BTC be affected by Bitcoin cash futures? Bitcoin cash price prediction. Making predictions in the cryptocurrency market is an easy way to look foolish. Things rise and fall with such wild swings that it's virtually a guessing game half the time, because so many unexpected things can happen. That being said, that doesn't necessarily apply for long-term predictions. If you're high on cryptocurrencies as a powerful tool of the future, then it's easier to make a more informed Bitcoin cash price prediction. It's also easier to project whether or not this upstart player in the market will be able to derail some of Bitcoin's, BTC, success. Those looking to buy Beach through a Beach exchange, however, are better off looking elsewhere. While an updated Bitcoin Cash block could be interesting down the road, its falling cryptocurrency market cap alongside its value makes it too risky in my opinion. For me, I don't see a lot of potential in the Bitcoin Cash futures. I believe that there's very little chance that the coin surpasses $500 this year, and may even top out closer to $450 or lower. While that's not a bad gain over 4 months, there are better and more stable investments that will yield higher returns, while other cryptocurrencies that I am higher on like Ripple, XRP, and especially Ethereum, ETH, are better options in the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin Cash, Beach, is one of the newest cryptocurrencies out there, having recently split off from Bitcoin and amassing the third highest market cap in the cryptocurrency market. Oh, wait, did I say third? That was yesterday. Today, it's fallen to fourth after seeing radical swings from over $400 to around $200, back up to $400 before falling to $323.87 as of the writing of this piece. The point I'm trying to illustrate here is that Beach is nuts right now. It's seeing a ton of action in a market that has already been on fire this year, and not always for the better. I don't think that Beach is a good choice, overall. Firstly, as we saw when the Ethereum Classic, etc., pulled away from ETH, aside from the scramble that resulted in the immediate aftermath, the two cryptocurrencies largely mirrored each other in terms of growth and losses. If that's anything to go off of, it means that Beach is likely to follow BTC at least for the next little while. Until it's able to differentiate itself from its older sibling, there's really no reason why it should gain on Bitcoin or other, more established cryptocurrencies. How Ethereum prices will react to Bitcoin fork right now, the action we're seeing is hype and excitement that will die down sooner rather than later, and then the cryptocurrency will taper off. There's nothing that makes Beach special in my eyes, and until it can create some separation from other currencies, investors might want to look at more solid options like Ripple and ETH, both of which have interesting and novel approaches to the market that could set them apart and make them top earners among cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency market cap, billions. Bitcoin, BTC, $46.78. Ethereum, ETH, $21.06. Ripple, XRP, $6.69. Bitcoin Cash, Beach, $5.34. The Bitcoin Cash block is supposed to be something that will separate this cryptocurrency from the umpteen others on the market, but until it can prove that its usage of the tech is superior to competitors, I'm not sold on the new cryptocurrency. Beach price predictions and Bitcoin Cash futures. While I definitely think that Beach is a bad choice right now, that doesn't mean it has no chance of one day becoming a valuable asset. The Bitcoin Cash price prediction looks gloomy right now, but it's not hopeless. During the Bitcoin hard fork, after all, the Beach backers did have some valid reasons for wanting to split off from BTC. One of the major reasons that Beach came about was due to the backers' issues with the speed of transactions and size of the blocks, both of which could play a big role in the development of Beach should the Bitcoin Cash block technology surpass BTC. And that's the only way I see Beach becoming a heavy hitter long term. And it's also the only way that I see Beach having a profound effect on BTC prices moving forward. That potential tech innovation could change the Bitcoin Cash price forecast. Obviously, the split will hurt BTC in the immediate aftermath, but there's not a whole lot that Beach offers right now that will harm BTC. And while many will feel threatened by Beach, while hype and excitement surrounds the cryptocurrency, there's no reason for Bitcoin supporters to fear Beach long-term, at least not yet. Not to mention that Coinbase, the world's most popular cryptocurrency exchange, won't accept Beach. That will obviously alienate a huge portion of those looking to invest in Beach. Coinbase has a superior position to other exchanges on the market due to its size. After all, there are so many exchanges out there in an industry that is notorious for hacks and fly-by-night operations that you're often better off sticking to the better, more reputable platforms. Of course, that doesn't mean that the Coinbase exchange is foolproof after all. The Mt. Gox hack took place when Mt. Gox was a massively important exchange, but it's definitely an exchange where you want your cryptocurrency of choice to be listed so it can receive maximum trade volume. It's just another reason that I don't see Beach overtaking any of the major players in the cryptocurrency market. Even if there is a chance for the Bitcoin Cash futures to grow, I still view it as a subpar option compared to competitors. Cryptocurrency market cap. Now that we've sorted out the Bitcoin Cash price prediction and the Bitcoin Cash futures, let's broaden our view to the cryptocurrency market as a whole and examine options that I think could be great investments, and certainly better than Beach. Basically, the three cryptocurrencies that currently sit above Beach are all superior investments, at least in terms of a long-term view. The third highest cryptocurrency by market cap is Ripple, with $6.69 billion. It was briefly surpassed by Beach, which tallied a market cap over $7 billion yesterday, but that quickly sorted itself out. Again, it's that type of vulnerability that has me concerned about the Bitcoin Cash price forecast. Ripple price prediction 2018, should you invest amid Bitcoin volatility? Ripple is an interesting cryptocurrency choice in that, unlike ETH and BTC, it's not nearly as ideologically driven. The reason that the two biggest cryptocurrencies split is that many people who invest in these coins not only see them as ways to make money, but also as tools to help shape the future of currency. These people can be hard-headed and even harder to deal with, so having a cryptocurrency that doesn't have that sort of drag on it is great. Ripple is being marketed more as a service for international payments instead of more grandiose claims like trying to make fiat currency obsolete. It's also worth noting that XRP has had a huge 2017. The Ripple price soared by nearly 4,000% in the first half of the year. It's a penny stock, so these sorts of jumps are not unheard of, but still, that's a great payday for early investors, and I believe that the cryptocurrency still has room to run. Source: it's not Bitcoin or Ethereum. This digital currency rose 3,977% in the first half of 2017, CNBC, July 21, 2017. Another cryptocurrency that I mentioned earlier that I believe will be a better performer than Beach and maybe even top Bitcoin in market cap one day is Ethereum. The reason I'm so high on Ethereum is that the company has been cooking up a plan to take the industry by storm. ETH is looking to change the way that mining is handled from a proof-of-work system to a proof-of-stake system. This will dramatically alter the way mining happens on the cryptocurrency, and many believe that the new system will be a superior scheme to the current mining paradigm. ETH has also undergone huge surges this year and looks poised for a big 2018 as well. Of course, Ethereum is also susceptible to the volatility of the cryptocurrency market, falling from over $400 at one point to its current price of $224.63. But it's not like BTC or virtually every other major cryptocurrency hasn't been through those kinds of setbacks. With a cryptocurrency market cap of over $21 billion, Ethereum is a strong rival of BTC and the most likely cryptocurrency to dethrone Bitcoin. And the final cryptocurrency that I believe is superior compared to Beach is the original Bitcoin. BTC is probably going to hit $4,000 within the next year, making it one of the more solid choices on this list alongside impressive growth. And as explained earlier, there's really no reason at present to switch over from BTC to Beach. After all, one has a long history of growth and demonstrable strength, while the other has proved nothing other than that it could be extremely volatile and unpredictable. For me, the Bitcoin cash price prediction simply doesn't measure up to the potential contained within these aforementioned cryptocurrencies.